What's up, guys? We're back out of the tide pools. You can kind of see them, you know, over my right shoulder here. But anyways, today I wanted to get out in the kayak, but the weather is just really terrible. The winds are gusting, like even, you know, first light early in the morning, usually it's not too bad. But today, I think it was like 20 miles an hour, even like 6 a.m. or whatever. So something crazy. Now we're going out. So today we're gonna poke around in these little tide pools and do a little bit of foraging. Now, I am by no means a foraging expert, but I know some people who are, so I got some tips for them. And I'm gonna try to make a little chirashi bowl with all the ingredients that I get here. So I've actually got a couple of things already. I got some yellowtail from Ensei in the last video, thanks Ensei. And then I got some salmon already from the salmon that I caught in my kayak maybe a month or two ago. So I have those two things ready. I'm gonna try to get at least one other thing out here from the tide pools. So I'm gonna do some poke poling actually in a little bit, try and get some eels, or at least one eel. But first, I'm gonna try to go poke around and get some uni, aka sea urchin. So let's get out there and do that right now. It's low tide right now, so I gotta kind of get things moving here, and we're kind of racing against the tide. So let's get out there and see if we can find some uni. All right, let's get some urchin. Cool. Super slippery on these rocks, especially with all this seaweed right here. So even though I'm a flip-flop guy, I brought the boots out today. But you can see, I don't know if you can see in there, there's a little urchin in there, one right there. You always got to keep your eyes on the waves ahead. But we're looking for a little bit bigger ones. These are kind of small. I'm gonna see if I can find some bigger ones. There you go. All right, there's a little urchin right there. Before I start harvesting a bunch of them, first I want to see if it's even worth harvesting them. So I want to see how the yield is. And so with this first one, I'm just going to get a little sample here, see what it looks like. So to do that, we're just going to crack the shell. And open it up. Doesn't look that great. So let's wash this one off. We'll try it. It's kind of small. I mean, it's still good, but it'd be nice if there was a little bit bigger. All right, we'll pick one more and see how they look. Yeah, the yield's still pretty small here. This one looks a little bit better color-wise, but I mean that's a pretty small yield right there. Here's some good signs. See these right here? These are two starfish right here. These are the things that actually eat these urchin, and I'll explain why in a bit. But the urchin population is really booming to the point where it's even, you know, harmful to other species. But starfish actually eat urchin, so more starfish is good right now. There's a couple of them right there. Okay, well, we got some uni. There's actually a lot of them out there, like I was saying, but it's just not a good time for them right now. And I mentioned earlier that I'm no foraging expert, but I hit up my local foraging expert, aka Taku, aka Outdoor Chef Life, and he was telling me that you can get them now, but it's probably not going to be the best yield. It's still a little too early in the season, and he was right. I mean, there's some stuff in there. You could probably harvest them and get a little bit of uni, but I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem worth it. There's hardly any eggs in there, so maybe I'll try it again in a couple months if you guys, you know, want to see that. I don't know. I'm not really a forager, but you know, desperate times call for desperate measures when the weather's like this. So, anyways, not really worth it. But the next step is we're gonna go try and poke pull at least one monkey face eel, and this area unfortunately is not good for poke pulling, so let's pick up and go hit spot number 2. Take a little piece of bait on the end of a pole. There's no reel, no nothing. You just stick it in between these rocks and see if there's any eels down there. I'm gonna let him eat it a little bit. Got him. Oh, small one. Small eel. Alright, well, that's what we're looking for right there. Monkey face eel. Fortunately, this is a little guy. Looking for one a little bit bigger. Little eel there. We'll let him go. Got him. Oh, look at that. Like a minute after the last one. Another one, but unfortunately this one also kind of small. A little bit bigger, but still not big enough. We're looking for one, probably at least a foot. There we go. Alright, let's find a bigger one. I'm gonna let him take it. Seems like when I let him take it a little bit more, hookup ratio is better. Got him. Got him. Oh, dang it. Another little one. We're doing pretty good on eels, just not the quality that we're looking for. See if I can get this one unhooked rather quickly. Oh, there we go. Oh, that might be a bigger one. Oh, ah man, that one's bigger. I still want to get one bigger than this, but here, you know what? I'm gonna put this one in a tide pool, and if I don't get anything bigger, I'm gonna use this one. Okay, I'm gonna leave them in this tide pool, and if I don't catch any more, I'll use this one. Still want to catch one a little bit bigger though. So these eels are they can actually survive even out of water for a long period of time. I think it's like maybe almost 24 hours, because they're designed for these tidal areas where even if the tide went all the way out and they lost all the water in the particular hole that they were in, they can still survive all the way until the tide comes back in and the water comes back in. So these eels are super hardy. They'll stay alive. That's not going to be a problem, but I still want to catch one a little bit bigger. All right, I got it. Ah, still not that big. Quick release. If I can get one more medium-sized one like that one that I got earlier that's waiting for me in that tide pool, then I'll use those two. All right, this is the place where I started, so let's give it one more chance. This place looked good. I don't know, I didn't find any here, but we give it one more chance, and then I think we're gonna have to call it. Oh, there's a bite. There's a bite. Got him. Got him. Oh yeah. Okay, that'll do. That's probably about the same size as that first one that I kept. Maybe a little bit bigger. I knew there had to be one in there. I knew it. So here's one eel. And where's the other one? Here's the other eel right here. This one a little more lively. I just caught this one. So it's not too bad. I mean, they're not huge, but we'll get some meat off of those guys. I'm gonna bonk them, bleed them, throw them in the bag, and then we'll actually fillet them out here before we get home to make some kind of like unagi. Technically, unagi is actually freshwater eel, and then on top of that, these aren't even really true eels. They're part of the rockfish family, but yeah, they kind of look like eels, probably taste a little bit like eels, and I think the majority of the taste in unagi is actually the sauce. So we'll make that kind of sauce and make it a part of our dish here. So anyways, we'll see you guys at the fillet table. So this is not a huge eel, but we're gonna make do with what we got. And I've actually never done an eel before, never cleaned an eel, but just from watching other YouTube videos, it seems like the #1 thing to not do is puncture the gut. So that's what we're going to be very careful about right here. And I'm just going to fillet it like I would any other fish. Okay. All right, so we have this, that's the spine, and we're actually going to use that for part of the sauce. And then we have our fillet that came all out in one piece, connected at the bottom there. So we'll put this one in the ice. We're going to do the same thing with the other fillet, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're back at home. I cut up all the fish. I got the unagi sauce starting out there in on the stove. There's soy sauce, mirin, brown sugar, and the spine from the eel is in there. So that's simmering. We're just going to reduce it so that it gets a little bit thicker. Make sure it doesn't burn. But anyways, so I did that. I cut up the salmon. I cut up the yellowtail. That's in the fridge. I made the sushi rice, and now we got the eel right here. So, I'm not exactly sure how this works, but we're going to try to basically put these 3 skewers in like this, essentially. Something like that. So, just going to try to thread this on here. All right, I don't know how well this is going to hold on, but that's the deal right there. So that's the skins, or that's the meat side. And if we flip it over, that's the skin side. But the problem with these eels is there's like a really thick like slime coat on the top. You can kind of see it there. Anyways, we're gonna burn that off basically with some boiling water here. So we're just gonna pour this right over the top. We don't want to cook the fish. We're just going to basically singe the top layer there. So once we do that, we should be able to just kind of scrape it off. Yeah, you can see it coming off there. You guys see that? It's not going to hurt you, but it won't taste very good. So anyways, we'll take all that off. All right, let's throw them on the grill. All right, so we're gonna throw these eel right on the grill here. We're gonna start skin side down. So just like so. And because the eels are a little bit smaller, I don't think it's gonna take very long to cook. And then every time we flip it, we're just gonna put some of this unagi sauce on there. I don't really know if this is unagi sauce, but that's what we're going to call it. So this is literally everything we need right here. We got the salmon, the yellowtail. If you want to watch the videos from when I caught these fish, I'll leave them linked in the description. But you know, I vacuum sealed them and froze them until today. Now they're good to go. So anyway, salmon, yellowtail, and then the unagi. This is the one we actually caught today. So all that's left to do now is put it all together. So, get a little rice here in the bottom. Okay. Then we'll put some of this yellowtail on. So this part right here is like from the back strap, and then this part right here looks a little bit different. It's a little more fatty. That's from the belly portion. And then the salmon, this is like top grade salmon right here, krill fed. early season. Doesn't get any better than this one right here. And then finally, put some unagi here at the bottom. A little bit of this. This is just seaweed salad. Again, you can get this at your local Asian market. That there. All right, guys, well, here's the final product right here. Salmon, unagi, or eel. Technically, it's not really unagi, but you know, you get the idea. And then hamachi, aka yellowtail. So I gotta feed the people who have generously helped me filming this video. So I'm just gonna really quickly give this a taste and let you guys. I've actually never eaten monkey face eel before. At least I don't think. I don't remember ever eating it. So let's give it a try, guys. Let's get a nice, healthy piece here. Now let's try this one. All right, that's what it looks like. It looks like unagi that you would get in the store. It tastes a little different. It tastes a little bit more, I don't know, like saltwater-ish, which makes sense because this is from the saltwater. Regular unagi is freshwater eel. But yeah, let's try one more, might as well. Yeah, I think also maybe my sauce was a little bit saltier than normal. You could add a little bit more brown sugar or mirin. I think would make it a little bit sweeter, but I don't know, still pretty good. Well, like I was saying, I gotta help feed the people who helped me film this video because normally I don't have cameramen or camera women for my videos. So anyways, we're all gonna have dinner here. I gotta share this with everyone else. So thank you guys for watching. A little bit different style video than I normally do, but the weather kind of forced my hand to this one. So if you guys like this one, leave a comment below and let me know and I'll be sure to do more. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.